right. We'll go to mic number 3, Stefano Paris from Inter-European Division.
Yes, Stefano Paris, President of the Italian Union. As an executive committee of the Italian Union after time of prayer and meditation, reaffirming and confirming our loyalty to the mandate and mission of the Church through its organizational and normative emanation, wanted to respectfully mention that we believe that the proposed and planned tool to seek the unity of the Adventist Church in the world is not fitted for the declared purpose, which should instead be sought within the framework of a normal and irreducible plurality of theological and cultural sensibilities that do not undermine a common and solid sense of belonging to the Church. We sense an intense feeling of disappointment and apprehension toward a tendency that seems to lead to compressed internal interaction and to coerce theological uniformity, destructive of the true sensus ecclesiae and the synodal nature of the Church as we, Adventists, recognize in our heritage. We feel disconcerted for the lack of trust the outcome of the General Conference seems to have towards the authority of the extended church bodies belonging to the division, unions and conferences. Therefore, we ask to proposal that in our view upset conferences and unions constituencies, internal liberty with connected responsibility to be referred for further examination, and we pray it can be reformulated in a global and multicultural perspective, according to the higher aptitude of a listening and of a mutual understanding in a multicultural and a global church that shares a persevering listening of the Holy Scriptures, as Seventh-day Adventist Church is proud to have done and to do. Finally, by confirming the utmost trust in the representative bodies of the Church, we are compelled in solidarity with any gesture and any initiative Inter-European Division will undertake to express concern and to uphold the inappropriateness of this proposal, which we believe represents a centralization of the power of control and judgment that tends to undermine existing organization in their representativeness. This is my opinion. Thank you.
Okay, Stefano. All right. Thank you, Brother Maggiolini.
Thank you. I apologize for my pronunciation. Brother Chairman, I'm a simple lay member. My father has served the Lord, for he preached Jesus' love and not suspicious, as a pastor at the Italian Union for more than 60 years. I'm also a GCAS board member. I'm the CEO of an Italian company where the policies and rules may change if something happens that justify such changes. Now we are faced with a substantial change in the procedures and the rules that we have had so far. So I have a question to the Elder Wilson, our president. And the question is, what has changed? What has happened that require this proposed action? I don't know. I do not have clear in my mind the reason for these changes. It is challenging for me to vote on something that I am not fully understanding. Those brothers, President, I would appreciate it that you could help me and probably some other brother delegates to understand what has happened to justify such changes. At the same time, in order to apply the motivation from your sermon yesterday, that we should take back to our churches a good report, I would like to have some clarification regarding the creation of these commissions. If the action is approved, will there be ethical commission in every church? How can this affect to the local church? Will a possible ethical commission be above and over existing church committees? To whom is this possible commission going to report? Finally, I want also to raise the issue of the perception. There are several things that are just a matter of how things are perceived, even in the field of ethics. So how can we harmonize the issue of perception in relation to the work of this proposed commission? Thank you.
All right. Let me just respond to you briefly, and then we'll move on. The reason for the discussion since 2015 is that we have had entities who have decided to go their own way in opposition to what was voted at the General Conference session. And we've never had that before. We've never faced that. So it's a matter of us understanding that when we take a vote at the highest level possible, remembering that we don't have a prophet to ask, we don't have the Urim and the Thummim, we only can rely upon a vote at the General Conference session for any matter that if it is not agreed to by individuals after the vote, then we have a problem. Our whole church holds together by a wonderful aspect of goodwill. Even though we don't agree at times, we say, this is our church, the church has voted, and we're going to work with the church. And that's the reason for the difficulty that we're facing right now.